You know what's really crazy? Most people don't fail because the universe said no. They fail because they never stopped being the version of themselves that needed saving. Most people keep trying to change their reality while still being the same person who created it. You want the new life, the new result, the new version of you, but you don't want to let go of the old identity. You want transformation without death, but that doesn't exist. You cling to your old story because it's familiar. It's your comfort zone. It's predictable, even if it's painful. The mind craves certainty, and the old version of you at least gives you that. So you loop, you talk about change, you visualize change, you think about change, but deep down, you still identify as the one who's lacking it. That's why things feel stuck. You keep waiting for some breakthrough moment, some cosmic sign, something out there to move first. But the 3D world doesn't lead, it follows. Reality only echoes what you've already accepted as true. So if you keep waiting for it to change before you believe, you'll wait forever. Hell isn't someplace far away, it's a state of consciousness you keep revisiting. You want freedom, but you keep walking yourself right back into the same emotional environment every day. You keep replaying the same identity, reacting to the same triggers, saying, "This is just how I am." That story is what's holding you down, not fate or luck or the universe saying no. To really shift, you have to stop worshiping your limitations. Stop arguing for your smallness. Every time you explain why it's hard, why it hasn't happened yet, or why your situation is special, you reinforce the very reality you want to escape. The mind loves being right. It will defend its limitations as if they're treasures. But you are not your mind. You're not your thoughts. You're the awareness watching them come and go. The moment you realize that, the prison door opens. You don't need to fight your mind. You don't have to wage mental war. Your thoughts aren't commands. They're just echoes of old states. You can hear them, notice them, and choose differently. That's power. That's real mastery. Let's talk about feeling it real, because a lot of people misunderstand that phrase. Feeling it real isn't about constantly being happy. It's not about forcing high vibes or fake positivity. It's about knowing. It's an internal conviction that what you desire is already done. It's a quiet confidence, not fireworks. You don't need to cry, laugh, or get goosebumps for it to work. You just need to know you can have sad moments while still being in the state of wish fulfilled. You can feel tired or frustrated and still know it's done. Emotion isn't the power here, awareness is. Feeling it real isn't about feeling a particular emotion. It's about embodying the truth that your desire exists now. That's the difference between pretending and being. The law doesn't respond to effort. It responds to state. You don't manifest what you say, you manifest what you are. You can say, "I'm abundant" 1,000 times, but if underneath it, you still feel like someone waiting for abundance, the 3D will mirror that waiting. The outside world is old news. It's just a delayed printout of your previous assumptions. What you're experiencing now is the residue of who you used to be. But here's where people get trapped. They see the current 3D and think it's proof the law isn't working. They get discouraged, complain, question themselves. That's when persistence dies. But persistence isn't a fight. It's staying loyal to the end you've chosen. You don't persist because you're desperate. You persist because you know the 3D is temporary. You stop reacting to it because you understand it's not real-time feedback, it's history. The moment you truly decide something, everything unseen begins to reorganize. But if you keep checking and doubting and arguing for why it's not here yet, you keep resetting the process. Stop waiting for the right feeling, the right time, the right sign. The waiting state always waits. The deciding state always wins. Most people don't get what they want because they never actually decide. They half decide. They hope instead of knowing. They keep looking for proof before conviction. But in manifestation, proof comes after conviction, not before. Decide who you are. That's the real manifestation technique. When you move as the version of you who already has it, you collapse all waiting. The world adjusts. You don't manifest by effort, you manifest by identity. By assuming you already are that person. That's why awareness is key. You have to watch your inner dialogue like a director watches an actor. See what roles you keep playing. Are you the struggler, the one trying, the one almost there? Every time you identify with those versions, you bring them back to life. You're not meant to repeat lessons forever. The universe isn't testing you, it's mirroring you. Whatever you truly believe, it makes visible. That's not punishment, that's law. You can affirm something 100 times and still stay stuck if your inner state contradicts it. But you can also say something once, and if it comes from true conviction, it has no choice but to manifest. The trick is not to convince your mind, it's to know beyond it. You don't argue with thoughts, you choose your reality regardless of them. When a thought says it's not working, you don't fight it. You simply know that the real you, the creator, isn't affected by temporary noise. The mind wants control. Consciousness doesn't need control, it is control. Reality doesn't respond to emotions, affirmations, or force, it responds to who you're being. So if you're stuck, ask yourself, what identity am I unwilling to drop? Because that's what's keeping you in the loop. And here's something most people overlook. Change doesn't come when you fix the circumstances. It comes when you stop interpreting your life from the same emotional code. You can switch jobs, cities, or partners. But if you carry the same identity into every situation, you'll keep recreating the same energy in new forms. The environment doesn't change you. The state you live in changes the environment. Freedom always feels like a loss first, because you have to release your old sense of self. But once you do, you realize the struggle was never real. It was just memory replaying in consciousness. You are not here to fix the past. You're here to decide from the present. The power is always now, because you are always now. The 3D is like a reflection in a mirror. Waving at it won't change your face. You have to change your expression first. That's what everyone gets backward. They wait for the reflection to smile before they do. When you see through the illusion, manifestation becomes simple. Not always easy, but simple. You stop chasing steps and techniques. You stop timing the process. You stop begging reality to change first. You stop waiting. That's the shift from I hope it works to I've decided it's mine. That's where the movement happens. Because every state you occupy expresses itself through your body, your words, your choices. You can't fake it for long. The real shift is internal. The world just catches up. And if you ever wonder whether you're on the right path, remember this. Awareness isn't measured by how fast things manifest, but by how easily you detach from needing them to. The moment you can let go and still know it's done, that's when you've actually become the new state. That kind of calm certainty is what bends reality around you. So, say this to yourself sincerely. I no longer wait. I no longer hope. I am. Say it until it becomes normal, because that's all manifestation really is. Normalizing the new identity, making it so obvious that the universe has no choice but to mirror it back. Stop making your human emotions the enemy. Let them pass. You can cry, rant, feel down, and still live in the assumption that it's done. That's not weakness, that's mastery. Being unbothered by 3D isn't about being numb, it's about being grounded in truth. And that truth is this: everything is consciousness. Everything is responding to your state, not your mood. So when you stop fighting the mirror, when you stop arguing for your old story, when you drop the identity that keeps you chasing, you free yourself. Most people don't stay stuck because manifestation doesn't work. They stay stuck because they keep choosing the same consciousness every day, then calling it reality. But reality is malleable. It bends to conviction. So stop waiting for something external to give you permission. You are the one giving life to everything you see. You can change your world simply by deciding differently right now. The waiting state always waits. The deciding state always wins. So decide, persist, and stop arguing for your limitations. I hope this video helped you in some way. I will meet you with another video soon. Happy manifesting.